Division play is upon us here finally in the Madden 26 franchise series with the Pittsburgh Steelers, where we will be starting off against one of our main division rivals, the Cleveland Browns. And I say main division rival because these two teams hate each other like none other. Now you will notice something right there, Jalen Ramsey running out and doing the TJ Watt entrance. We'll get to that here in a little bit. So, coming into this one, we're looking at what kind of changes we can make to our team, right? We've come off a bye week. So, we're looking at how can we really kind of start to improve this team, and we'll jump into that in this episode. So, welcome back for those of you who are returning, and welcome if you are new here at Champ & Sons. So, one thing we did have to do. TJ Watt is a very expensive individual. Yeah, he's really good, don't get me wrong. He's incredibly good. But he is very expensive. He's going to eat up most of our cap. And really, I need a quarterback because I don't know Will Howard is it. So free agency is going to be big for us as far as getting a quarterback. And so I do put him on the trade market, and I want to see kind of what's available. So, we've gotten rid of some big talent already. That's how we got Sam Cosmi. On the offensive line, an 88 overall. We got rid of Hayward to do that, and plus we got two first round pick and a second round. So we got a lot of stuff for him. So what can we get for TJ Watt? Which I know seems like decimating the defensive line and getting rid of a pass rusher, and I get it. Trust me, I do. I understand. It's brutal. But in the end, there's going to be times cuts are going to have to be made. Changes are going to have to happen. And looking at what's available, there is a number of options available. In defensive tackle, Aleem McNeil for the Lions. He's a 25-year-old kid. He's not very expensive right now. That's the only problem is he probably will be coming up. So I don't know if just delaying it for a youngster would be any better than keeping an older guy. I don't really know. So that's kind of where I want to try to find someone who's a young, really good talent that is also cheap. That's not someone who's going to be too costly at the first contract negotiation, right? The second one, maybe with how players develop, because they'll still be younger than 30 most likely. Like Dallas Turner there, he's got possibility. Now the Tennessee Titans are offering a lot. Vikings are giving us a first round, a second round. So these are two teams offering us the most, right? So it's kind of going to be what can we get that's really going to make it worth it in the end. And I do know that the way some of the trade logic goes, a player for a player plus draft picks generally doesn't always work out. You normally would want to go to try to get the picks you want, right? And a player that you actually want. To try to get that, it's going to be kind of tough. Now, Simmons cost $22.8 million, so I don't save a whole lot of money on that. But look at that. Star development, Tavondre Sweat, he's age 24. His cap hit is $2.3 million. Compared to right now, I think Watt is at $21 million, and it's only going to get bigger. So, if I can actually take from the Titans, and we're looking at what the Vikings have to offer. I want to see what Dallas Turner actually looks like for us. And really, since we got rid of Hayward, I do also need some talent up the middle. Right? So we really got to have a lot of different stuff going on. And Dallas Turner, he's a star development, but he's at 74 overall. That's the tough part. Right, that's where you kind of start to really question it. Tavondre Sweat is an 81 overall star development, and it's interesting to see what we can try to pull off. Now, doing trades this way is always tough because once you hit submit, man, if they accept it, well, you better made it good because the trade is done, right? So I do put Tavondre Sweat for the defensive tackle, Watt for Sweat, plus the 26 and 2027 first round picks. Now, those are a little bit deeper down because, well, Cam Ward is playing that much better right now. So I do add on a third and a fourth. a third round for this year from us and a fourth round for next year from us. And I figure at some point, either during the draft or free agency, we're going to be picking up a lot of extra picks for those later rounds. So I'm not too stressed about it at that point, or at this point right now. So if I can get 2 first rounds plus an 81 overall star development youngster, that's pretty damn cheap. Not that he's going to be able to replace Watt. But I do submit it, and the Titans obviously will go for it. So Watt is headed over to Tennessee. Sweat is coming here to Pittsburgh. And on the edge, we're going to change some stuff up. We got Jack Sawyer. We picked him up in the draft. Who's got talent, and he's actually got a hidden development trait, so we just got to actually play him, which he wasn't getting the snaps before. So you're going to see a lot more Sawyer on the field on one side, and then on the other side, was it Highsmith? He's going to be getting a lot more time as well. Looking to kind of switch some of these guys around. So you see Highsmith's already got the spot over there. Sawyer, we're going to raise him up on the other side, mainly just because the difference between him and Herbig isn't all that great in reality. So we do make those changes, and I think they are going to be worth it in the end. So let's see what we got happening in the coach's office. Key to this week's game. Critical game this week. What are you seeing in the film? Quarterback is the most important position in the game, and that isn't a strength of theirs. No. Well, no, it's not. I would say that's the one area. Now, it's going to be interesting to see the starter that they do have. I don't know how they came upon this one or what his ratings are versus the others, just because I haven't actually looked at them. But Shedeur Sanders will be the starting quarterback for the Browns. So, do you agree on gambling on forcing their quarterback to turn it over? Yeah, we've done a pretty good job with getting turnovers at times, but we've also had a game or two where, nothing goes right turnover-wise. So take a game against the Jets, we forced a lot, but we also gave up a lot. So this is going to be something we're going to have to look at and really, if we can get the turnovers, obviously that's going to be the difference in the game, is we have to get them, not give them. So we are going to try our best. I do like these new little shots of them in the film room or in the little conference halls thing, meeting hall rooms where they talk to the team and all that, but some of the supposed dialogue and the stuff is a little ridiculous, to be honest with you. We can win easy. That's just the way it is. And in fact, talking about winning easy, let's jump into this game here where the Browns do lead 3-0 already. Our offense has started to struggle some, and the Browns are not struggling as bad as us as they get that one to Algier for a loss of 3. So now it's 2nd and 13. Sanders comes out in a shotgun, 3-wide set here. Looks over the defense, has the snap in hand. Pressure comes, fires over the middle, and that one's into the ground. Pressure got there, was coming for him, and he could not. He stood in the pocket, give him credit for that, but he just couldn't deliver the ball. So it's 3rd and 13. The 3rd and 13 from the shotgun still. Sanders has the snap. Pressure comes. He runs out to the right, giving chase. He's going to be hit and sacked. Brought down by Herbig. That was a great play coming off the edge to try to contain him there. Because if he had gotten loose, that could go for a big gain, as we've all seen those kind of plays happen all the time in Madden. So a great play there by our defense, and that's going to lead to a field goal opportunity. So the Browns will line this one up for about 53 yards away. The snap, and it's going to be blocked. It is blocked by Bishop, and the Steelers jump on top of it. That's going to be basically a first turnover as we stop points from being added to the board. Well played by this special teams as Bishop comes flying through, takes a football to the face, and still makes the play. So now here later in the first quarter, Rodgers is going to be under center. Blitz comes, fires over to Freiermuth. He's got space in front of him at the 20. Cuts it back at the 15 and is brought down by the sideline there at the 14-yard line. Big play here by the Steelers offense. Freiermuth with a good catch and run. So 1st and 10 now after that. Just under about 3.5 minutes to play in this first quarter. Steelers are on the move, looking to try to put some points up as we're actually able to move it at least a little bit efficiently. Coming in under center, 3 receiver set. Freiermuth to the left side of the line. Gainwell in the backfield. Has a snap. It's going to be a play action. Drops it off to Freiermuth at the 10, and he's brought down at about the 6-yard line there. That's going to make it 2nd and 2 here for this offense as they are knocking on the door. So coming out under center now, Rodgers looks over the defense. Makes a little change with his butt, has a snap, hands it to Gainwell, and he's going to be brought down for a gain of 1 yard. Unable to get that extra yard. I will say Gainwell's not the best at the physicality of it. He is more of a speedster. Get him in open space, that's where he can make his plays. But he's going to have to get tougher at some point. So 3rd and 1. Warren has come in for Gainwell now. Rodgers, clapping his hands, has the snap, fires that one over to Warren, who's going to drop the ball. He dropped the damn ball. It was in his hands. He got hit, and he dropped the ball. I know he's not a receiver, but I expect him to catch that. I just do. So we're going to line up for a field goal. Boswell's going to come out. Puts the boot to the ball, and right down the middle pretty much. Close enough. As we punch that one through, and this game is going to be tied at 3 apiece here as we approach the end of the first quarter. Now, after forcing a punt, we have another shot at it here in the second quarter as Rodgers drops off the screen pass to Gainwell, who's got a blocker in front of him, cuts it out to the left side, and he picks up good yardage down to the 24-yard line. That's going to make it 1st and 10 for our Steelers. So Rodgers staying in the shotty, 3 receivers left. Has the snap in hand in the pocket, takes off, throws it forward, hitting Warren, who gets blasted and brought down after an 8-yard gain. I'm surprised he held on to that ball in all reality. That's kind of a pass we tend to drop more often than catch. Or I guess a fumble we tend to drop more often than catch, you know? Just kind of the way it goes. So 2nd and 2 from the shotgun. 2 tight ends on the line. Gainwell takes the snap, goes to the right. Nowhere really to go, but he does get the first down, and that was a good job by Gainwell to keep pushing his feet forward, keep chugging, keep stepping up. And that's a 1st and 10 now from the 13-yard line. So 12 minutes to go in the second quarter. Game is still tied at 3. Rodgers under center, 2 tight ends, has the snap in hand. Pressure comes, fires that for Smith, and it gets batted away. That's a dangerous throw to make right there. But pressure was on him quickly. I mean, a little too quickly, let's face it. Seems like teams are knowing that if Cosme's on the right side, they're going to start bringing pressure from the left. So it is what it is. We make do. 2nd and 10, hand that one off to Warren, and he's going to pick up, really nothing on that play. Like, come on, guys. Not the most efficient of offenses happening in the world right now. So 3rd and 10. Rodgers in the shotgun, has the snap in the pocket, fires that one up, and I don't know who he was throwing to, but just lofted it straight over Metcalf's head. And that one falls incomplete, and that's going to lead to a field goal opportunity, but at least we could take the lead. Boswell does line that thing up from about 30 yards out. Boom! He beat ball right down the middle. Boswell boots that one through. Surprised they didn't get the penalty or anything like that, so we do have a lead. However, the Browns get the chance to come right back at us as they get the pass out there on the screen pass, and he's just avoiding tacklers like none other. Good Lord. I don't know how he dodged around so many of our guys, but he was able to. Sanders in this offense now inside the red zone. Has the option keeper to the left side. He's hit and stood up by Bishop, who would not let him go. Bishop, he stood up to Bishop, and Bishop put him down. So that's going to be 2nd and 8 from the 17 now. 6-3 ball game. Algiers in the backfield, has the snap. It's going to be an end around to Judy, and he had nowhere to go. Jack Sawyer was waiting for him. The Ohio State standout, the national champion standout defender who made the hit in the semifinals to win the game for the Buckeyes, comes up with the big stop right there. Now on 3rd and 8, they drop a screen pass off to the other side. Queen giving chase, hits his man, and he just gets shoved off of him like it was nothing, but he does go out of bounds, so that does make it 4th and 3. Now the Browns are staying in on 4th down. Their offense is still in here under center. 2 tight ends left. Sanders has the snap, and he's going to take off easily. The reaction, nobody even reacted to him. That's disappointing. And so now Cleveland's got the lead. So here we come in the final minutes of the second quarter. Final actual seconds, really, of the second quarter. Under 30 seconds remaining. We are on the move. We have 1 timeout. Rodgers in this offense trying to take the lead and get the first touchdown of the day as he throws that one up, and it's going to be intercepted. Looking for Calvin Austin. He threw an interception. I don't know why he threw that so late. If you're going to throw an out route, you've got to deliver it on time way better than that. And that's going to lead to us trailing 10-6 at the half. So the halftime report is coming up here. Let's take a look at some of the stuff from around the league in the AFC. The Jets are putting the Broncos on their backside right there as Allen ran over the defender, and Justin Fields and the Jets are 4-2 on the season now. Now the 5-0 Eagles go into New York, and it's a rainy New York, but looking in the backfield is that Wilson standing back there is going to fire that one over. He's going to hit his receiver, and the Giants will actually hand the Eagles the first loss of the season as Slayton makes a one-handed reaching out catch in the rain. Seems pretty improbable, but I guess not impossible. The Eagles lost their first game. They're now 5-1. Going over to Indy, checking out what's happening over in the Indy. The Cardinals, Kyler Murray on the rollout to the right, fires that one into the end zone looking for Zach Ertz, who's going to make the catch, and the Cardinals will have a lead 16-14 at half. Cardinals still looking for the first win of their season. Maybe that one will come today. Who knows? We shall see. Other games around the league at halftime, Patriots lead the Saints 10-6. Cowboys and the Panthers are tied at 7. So really, I guess you could say, yeah, the Browns did score a touchdown, but one of the bigger turning points was that field goal block, which allowed us to at least come back, to get some points on the board. But our offense is struggling, and it's pretty bad. It's a pretty bad struggle right now. Let's all be honest. So let's jump into this second half now. We are on the move in our first possession, trying to put some points up, finding Warren over the middle once again. He's become pretty valuable in the pass game. And we're going to lose, oh man, one of our left guards, who's that, Suamatolo, or how you pronounce his name. Hey, look, they still have the gray helmets over there. Why is Jack Sawyer holding a gray helmet while he has his helmet on? I don't get it. Little glitches, little bugs in the system there. So 1st and 10 for the Steelers from the 22. Rodgers has the snap, hands it off to Warren. Once again, he's going to get us inside the red zone there at the 19-yard line. Sumalo, nothing too horrible. He will be back. I'm not going to bring him out with an elbow pad. That just is asking for more injury, but we'll see what the blocking looks like. So on 2nd and 7, Rodgers drops back. Pressure comes, and no one was open. Nobody was hoping. I was hoping somebody would move. You think, and I guess maybe they're just programmed not to. And it's one of those you kind of hope they continue running around somewhere, but not one of them took off. They all sat there with a defender right next to him. So on 3rd and 19, Rodgers under pressure fires that one over. Nowhere to go with it. So we are going to try a field goal opportunity. Opening up the third quarter with the field goal is better than with nothing right now. Little wind right to left. Boswell lines that one up from close to 50 yards away. Boots that one through the uprights. 48 yards to be more exact. Boots that one right through the uprights, and that's going to make it a 10-9 ball game. So here come the Browns right back at us. Sanders in the shotgun, facing a 2nd and 10. Sanders running around, nowhere to go with it, and just throws a really piss-poor pass. I don't know if that had maybe been a little better. Maybe it gets intercepted. Maybe it gets caught. I don't really know. So 3rd and 10. Sanders from the shotgun has the snap. Pressure comes. He's hitting these fumbles, and Tavondre Sweat's going to fall on it. His first game in a Steelers uniform, and he's already fallen on the fumbles. Tavondre Sweat goes rolling into the end zone. Look at the athleticism of that big feller. As he celebrates with the defense, the first turnover, the first fumble recovered for him in a Steelers uniform happens in his first game. in the Steelers uniform. A lot of first happening for Sweat out here, but that puts our offense up in excellent position to add some points and to take the lead in this one. 11 and a half minutes ago, we finally got a turnover on the strip sack, looking to capitalize on it. Rodgers going to be under center I formation. Freiermuth is in motion, has the snap in hand. Rodgers fires it over. He's going to hit Kelvin Austin, turns it up, touchdown Steelers. Oh, my goodness. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. And that was a beautiful way to see Austin and Freiermuth cross each other on their routes, and that's really what led to Austin being wide open right there. And a great throw to deliver it on point, and then Austin to do the rest of it by just turning it up, plant that foot, pivot, turn, get into the end zone, and that's going to give us a lead. Now, we only lead by 5 right now. An extra point puts us up by 6, so we are going to go for 2. Our offense is staying out. And here we come with 3 receivers set. Rodgers has the snap. Blitz comes. Quick throw to Gainwell. He just lofted that one up, gave Gainwell a chance, and that's going to be a good 2-point conversion as we now take a 7-point lead here at home. Gainwell, great job running up underneath that. That was a very risky throw, and I mean risky as in almost piss-poor throw by Rodgers. As you can see, he lofted up almost a little too much, just almost, but Gainwell did a good job, kind of recovered and make that catch. So we do have our 2-point lead. So now let's jump a little later into the third quarter. Browns are on the move, trying to get this game tied up as they have the snap. And here we come, Benton right up the middle. Benton didn't let anything happen on that one. Algier gets busted in the chops. He's going to be brought down for about a 3-yard loss. It was 1st and 5 just because of offsides on us, encroachment. But now it's 2nd and 8, so really no harm, no foul. They're going to be under center, 3 tight ends set. Algier in the backfield has the snap. Play action. Shador takes off to the right side, throws it late. He's going to have Judy wide open. He gets past one defender, and Ramsey can't stop him, and Judy's going to take it into the end zone. And this game is about to be tied up in the third quarter. I don't know what happened with their defense. They were sticking with him for a little bit, and then they just ignored him and left him wide open. Deshaun Elliott, who then proceeds to whiff on the tackle. Probably because I shouldn't have just tried to take his legs out. Should have gone for an actual tackle. That's good on me a little bit. I get it. But still, should have made that one. So now in a tie ball game, we hand that one off to Gainwell, who bounces off blockers, and he's going to fumble. He had such a good run, and he kept trying, and then he finally fumbled when he got blasted. That's risky. So he'll go out, and Warren will actually come into the game right now. As Warren, he's going to take the snap to the left side, handoff. He's going to fumble it. He gets blasted, and now he fumbles. Back-to-back fumbles by the Steelers offense. Just the first one was recovered. This one was not. Greg Newsome will jump on it, and that, oh, man, that is not good. That is not good. Now, that was an opportunity. That took points away from us. Our defense did its job and held them to nothing. As you can see right now, our defense is not doing its job and is letting people run wide the hell open. But we do at least have a lead. So if we can hold them to a field goal and maintain a tie, I think we'll be decent. We have a lead, 20-17. Our defense has stepped up and done pretty well for us in recent drives. But with about under 6 minutes to go, they're starting to wear down a little bit. 2nd and 7 now. Sanders in the shotgun. He's got 3 receivers set, has the snap. Pressure comes. Devondre Sweat's going to get the sack. Talk about an impact player. Now, we do have 7 sacks on the game. So for those of you who said, look, trading Watt was a horrific idea. You got rid of Hayward and Watt. You're not going to get any sacks. We've got 7 in this game. To be fair, it's against the Browns, but we do have 7. And now we get late pressure as he chunks that one up to Judy, who's going to go up for it, and he comes down. What are we doing? What is Darius Slay doing? What? He just stood there and then positioned himself behind Judy. God damn it. So now we're losing 24-20. 2.5 minutes to go. Fire that one over to Hick Johnson, and he's unable to come down with it. He is a rookie, and to take that kind of shot, most veterans would have dropped it. So that was a 2nd and 10. We trail by 4, 24-20, 2.5 minutes remaining. we are trying to get on the comeback trail. 5 wide here on a 3rd and 10 now. Rodgers has the snap. Quick throw over the middle to Scotty Miller. He gets past one defender, past another. That's going to be a touchdown, Steelers. Oh, my goodness. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Oh, Scotty boy. Oh, Scotty boy. Took that one right up the seam, and Rodgers did a great job noticing that. He did. It looks like he did make that change before the snap, and then just delivered a perfect pass. Sometimes quarterbacks have a tendency to throw that a little too low so it gets batted down by the linebacker. But Rodgers dropped that one in perfectly over his head, and then a great run after the catch by Miller to even follow his blocks and allow that block by Wilson to come to be set. And that will give us the lead with under 2 minutes to go. So here we come out of that 2-minute warning. They fire that one over the middle, gets past 2 tacklers now. Gets past a 3rd and almost a 4th. Oh, you've got to be kidding me, man. Anytime the computer jukes, if you'll ever notice this on All Madden, your player just goes, "And what are you doing, Queen?" He ran out of the way, and Algiers takes off down the sideline and breaks a tackle. And just like that, the Browns had the lead. I mean, I don't know what Patrick Queen was doing, and I've seen this on multiple people. The pursuit stuff, man, you got to fix that. But what does this all come down to? It comes down to a 34-27 game and a Hail Mary opportunity. Rodgers bread and butter. Chunks had it one up, and it's going to fall incomplete. But there is a flag on the play, and it's going to be pass interference. We will have one more chance at this one play to bring it all home for us. And this is where things get a little tough, right? Where do we go on this play? So far, we do not have Freiermuth or anybody in. So Rodgers stops, fires that one over to Miller, and he overthrows him. Rodgers overthrows Miller on the free down that we had, and that's how this game is going to end. Oh, that is disappointing. I mean, our deep Patrick Queen, yeah, you should be looking shameful. I don't know what the hell you were doing on that run by Algiers. I really don't. You didn't even run at him. You ran around him. So, yeah, you need to put shame on your face. All right? Shame. Shame. Darius Slay, your position on a jump ball, you purposely positioned yourself behind the receiver. A lot of mistakes happen. All right? The fumbles. You know, even I know we recovered the first one by Gainwell, but you can't be doing that. Those free yards, that would have been a first down had he not come back and fumbled. So it's one of those things that, man, that was pretty just piss poor, right? It just was. So let's answer to the press. One, you look pretty broken up. Yeah, I mean, he didn't have the greatest game, and yes, he was supposed to get an interception, but it happens. Team really stepped it up out there. I came in boastful. I'm proud of our guys, but also know that if I played my part as planned, we win that game. Yeah, actually, I'll give him that. We do. If he plays better, we do win. Yeah, I'm just going to give the player the credit. I think that's going to help him out more than anything. Plus, I did kind of re-sign him a couple games ago. So, take it for what it's worth. So we build him up, and actually I get a pretty positive reaction from it, which is what we need, especially after a loss. So let's take a look at what all did happen. So for those of you who want to be reminded of our despicable loss, here's another clip of it. The Judy jump catch over Slay. I mean, Sanders 19 of 35, 332, and 2 touchdowns. Rodgers 34 of 58. That's a problem. We're going to have to get better at running the ball more consistently. That was way too many passes. Now the Bengals and the Packers at Lambeau Field. Bengals remain undefeated, 6-0. Burrow, 335 yards, 3 touchdowns. Jordan Love, not a bad game, 29 of 43 for just under 300 and 2 touchdowns. Pretty well played there. Now heading over to Atlanta, the 3-2 Bills versus the 3-1 Falcons. Josh Allen and the Bills, they come in and they put a little whooping on the Falcons. Not too bad, though, 24-20. It's just sometimes big plays happen, and Palmer really kind of set the tone, set the difference for this one as he took that one into the end zone. That was enough to give the to give the Bills the lift over the Falcons. So that is going to be our weekly recap for what happened around the league and some other games, and that's going to get us ready for this game right here. Tonight, the second game of this episode, you will notice, is a Thursday night football episode, right? This is Thursday night prime time at its best. Cincinnati versus Pittsburgh. Now, this time we're on the road. We're going to have to do it in Cincinnati's house, but that's okay. I don't care. We'll beat them anywhere. That's all that matters. All right? We will beat them wherever they want to play, whether it's their stadium, our stadium, a sand lot, a parking lot. We'll put it to them. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause that's what I'm saying. Yards allowed last week, 429 yards by the Bengals, but they did still win, so got to keep that in mind. All right, so let's jump into this one. Starting out with a 3-point lead, the Bengals are on the move as they throw that one on the swing pass, get it out for about 9.5 of the 10 yards. So it's going to be 3rd and inches coming out under center. Heavy formation for the Bengals. Has the snap. It's going to be a quarterback sneak, and we do blast Burrow, but he does get there, which is disappointing. Burrow gets there, drops the bowling ball, fires another shot, I guess. And that's going to be 1st and 10 for the Bengals from the 26-27-yard line. Burrow's got the snap over the middle. That one's going to be intercepted by Queen. Looking for Chase in the midst of multiple Steeler defenders. Patrick Queen, who blew the tackle on Algiers last game, comes up with an interception early in this one. Glad to see him stepping up and being sometime, in a way, the kind of the player that we expected him to be and that we knew he could be. So that's a big-time turnover, leading 3-0. Let's go put some more points out as our offense does come out to the field here. Rodgers looking kind of smug, not going to lie. And that's probably why, we didn't get any additional points. And it's still 3-0 as we approach here later in the end of the first quarter. Burrow fires that one over, hits Brown as his running back, who bounces off one tackle. Queen lifted his hand to wave it instead of diving for the tackle. A little interesting. Interesting theory on tackling right there by Queen. But it gives them a big gain at least. Now they're at the 21, going to be under center. Has the snap, handoff going to the right side, trying to seal the edge off. Breaks one tackler, but we bring him back down right after that. Not really a whole lot of place to go, and in fact, he's going to get no gain on that run. So the Bengals still on the move here. 30 seconds remaining. 2nd and 10. Going to be under center. 2 tight ends to the right side. Play action. Burrow fires over the middle looking for Chase, who stiff arms one defender, and it takes about 3 others to bring him down at about the 2-yard line. He found Jamar Chase in a pretty heavily populated area, but not one defender available to make the play. So first quarter getting ready to come to a close. Are they going to get the snap off? And no, they will not. So we will at least have the lead for the totality of the first quarter. 3-0 here as Hendrickson batted that ball down by Rodgers, then eyeballed him. Queen with the interception. A lot of bigger plays that, didn't seem, outside of the interception being a turnover, and you wish you had gotten points off of it, but a lot of big plays happening already. So 1st and goal. Burrow in the shotgun, has the snap. Pressure comes. He fires it over the middle for his running back, and that's going to be a touchdown Bengals. As he made the catch, Chase Brown on the little slant pattern. And, Queen may have been able to cover better. I doubt it. He was pretty much right on top of him. And even with the contact, Brown made the catch. So it is what it is. Now here later in the second quarter, we're lining up for a 53-yard field goal. Boswell puts the boot to the ball, and that one is going to be blocked. We had it lined up, but no, not meant to be. As the Bengals block it with their feet for all things. That's how fast they were on that one. They blocked it with their feet. Now, following that block, here comes their offense. Burrow's all fired up with his X factor as he fires that one over the middle looking for Higgins, but Holcomb knocks that loose, and that's going to make it 2nd and 10. Hopefully that knocked Burrow off his little fired up high horse, and it did not. His X factor is still lit up, so that sucks. So that's going to make it 2nd and 10. Burrow with the snap. Pressure comes. He gets blasted over the middle as Holcomb makes a tackle, thankfully saving the first down. And that's going to be 3rd and 3 here from about the 21-yard line. So still on the move, still trying to get that stop. Bengals send Brown in motion. Burrow's now all alone. Has the snap in hand. Pressure comes. Hit as he's thrown in. Chase makes the catch and breaks the tackle by Ramsey. Deshaun Elliott has to bring him down. And that's... Oh, my God. What are we supposed to do guarding that? And explain to me something. Why is it on all Madden that the CPUs, players for the most part, if you hit them whenever they make the catch, for the most part, they don't drop it. And their defenders or their receivers... And I get Chase is a badass receiver, right? I understand that. But how's he able to break like 5 tackles at once? Come on. Come on. Just answer me that. That's all I'm saying. And so back to the game on 2nd and 4. Burrow takes off, and he's just going to run it in. Said, anything you can do, I can do better by myself. As Burrow just runs that in, has a little seizure in the end zone, it looks like. And that's going to extend their lead here to 14-3. So now later in the second quarter, here we come right back at them. 5.5 minutes remaining, 14-3. Hand that one off to Johnson up the middle. Big hole open, and he's going to walk it in untouched. Touchdown Steelers. Oh, my goodness. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Rookie Caleb Johnson with a hidden development trait takes that one right up the gut, untouched, into the end zone. And that's going to get us right back into this game. For now, at least, because the Bengals get the ball and Burrow's still all fired up. So on a 3rd and 8, coming back, Bengals fire that one over the middle and find Jamar Chase wide open, who breaks 3 tackles before it takes 2 tacklers to violently bring him to the turf. Scores 14-10, a minute and a half remaining in the second quarter. Burrow drops off a screen pass to the left side. Queen misses 1 tackle. And finally, Thornhill comes up to make it after that. Now, Deshaun Elliott looks to be struggling to get off the field. He is hurting on the sideline, but at least he doesn't have the gray helmet, so we got that going for us. 2nd and 9, a minute 26 remaining in the second quarter. Burrow has a snap, pressure comes, scrambles to the left side, comes back over to the right for Brown over the middle. We're diving all over the places. Joey Porter Jr. misses the first tackle. Now, Queen just went diving in. In all honesty, based off his tackling that we've seen, I think that's probably about as experienced as he's going to be. 41 seconds left. They drop that pass off for his tight end, and, of course, he makes the catch. Burrow's already at over 200 yards and 2 touchdowns. Obviously, 1 through the air, 1 on the ground in this game, but still, over 200 yards. We still got 39 seconds to go in the first half. Burrow fires that one over, looking for Brown again, and Holcomb this time held his hand up, took the Patrick Queen style of defense, of hold your hand up and wave, and maybe they won't run past you. Hasn't been proven to be effective yet, but I'm sure defenders will still try it. So 1st and goal from the 1, 32 seconds remaining, 14-10 ball game. Burrow takes off to the left, comes back up the middle, and finally he throws it to the receiver, but a flag is down. That should be a touchdown because he's easily in the end zone. And no, they're going to call that one on the offense. It looks like they're calling that on Cooper himself. Illegal touching. He actually went out of bounds at the back of the end zone. He went out of bounds, and then was the first one to touch it coming back after that. So, all right, they'll just redo it. Redoing the 1st and goal. So it's 2nd and goal. Chase Brown in motion this time. Burrow still all alone in the backfield. Fired up as hell. Has a snap. Quick throw over the middle, and that's going to be caught by Higgins. And that's a touchdown. That's going to give the Bengals a 21-10 lead. That's not what you want to see at the end of the half. I mean, let's be honest. It really isn't. And that is going to take us to halftime. I mean, right now our offense is struggling. Our defense, up and down. Up and down, definitely. It's one of those you don't want to say they're playing totally piss poor. We have forced turnovers. Our offense just didn't turn that into points. They have made stops. Our offense just didn't turn that into points. But it is 21-10 still. Rodgers 115 yards. Burrow 225 yards and 3 touchdowns. That's the difference in this game. That's really what it is. So let's try to change those fortunes here in the second half. We can come back. We've had it done to us. So 21-10 is our deficit, 11 points. We're on the move, handing that one off to Gainwell for about a yard or two, going off to the right side on 2nd and 10. So here comes a 3rd and 8. Rodgers in the shotgun, 3 receivers set. Freiermuth is in the game. Rodgers got the snap. They rush only 4. 2 drifts over, fires that one over the middle, and he's going to hit Calvin Austin, who is going to be brought down short of the line to gain, but it's going to make it a 4th and 1. And I think we kind of have to go for it. Right? I mean, we're down by 11. A field goal doesn't do much for us, plus we've already had one of these blocked, essentially. So we are going to go for it. 4th and 1. 2 receivers to the left side. Under center, Rodgers with Gainwell in the backfield. Has the snap. Blitz comes. Fires that one over. Hits Austin, who's got space. 10, 5. 4th and 1 to touchdown. Oh, my goodness. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Calvin Austin, pure speed. He had that step on his defender, and once he got that step, I mean, Rodgers did a brilliant job of delivering it to him, staying in the pocket, taking the shot, taking the hit that he did. But, man, that was just a fantastic pass. And then the run after the catch, phenomenal. And that's one of the reasons why we did sign him to an extension. All right, now a little later in the game, in the 4th quarter, it is 28-19. Burrow and the Bengals take off, and Burrow goes down on the slide, but they still didn't mark him down. He didn't touch him. Well, I mean, it's just a little bug in the game. I figured they'll get that fixed sooner than later. 8.5 minutes to go, and there's a flag. False start. That's right. Their offensive line is fearing us. I mean, we only have, I think, 1, maybe 2 sacks on the day, so not much to fear. But they do fear us, obviously. That's why they're false starting. They're a bunch of cheating bastards who are afraid of getting beat. So that's going to make it 2nd and 8 following that false start. As they come out in the shotgun, Burrow fires over the middle to hit his damn receiver. You got to be kidding me. He hits Cooper. Defender draped all over him, hit him as contact, or made contact as soon as the ball got there, but still he held on to it. So 1st and goal, 2 tight ends to the right side. Hand off to Brown, tries to cut it back. Queen is actually there this time and headed for the running back to make the stop. That's going to make it 2nd and goal. So 2nd and goal, 7.5 minutes remaining. Burrow making a change before the snap. Sends a lot of players shifting around here. Burrow's got the snap in hand over the middle looking for Higgins, and Holcomb makes the stop. But Sawyer comes and delivers a little bit of an extra shot to nudge him forward because he wasn't close enough to the end zone, I guess. And that's going to be 3rd and goal from the 1. 3 tight ends to the right side. Brown in the backfield. Burrow under center. Has the snap, quick throw to the right, and that one's going to be knocked away. Oh, I wish Porter could have intercepted that. Oh, crap. 4th and goal. This is a big-time play. We have to stop them. We have no chance in this game if we don't stop them. 28-18, 6:42 remaining. Burrow in the shotgun has the snap, quick throw to the left side, and that's good. No, he dropped it. Thought it was caught, but he did drop it, so that gives us a little bit of life at least. So here we come back at the 2-minute warning, still trailing 28-18. Rodgers fires that one over, and I guess Gainwell couldn't stand that Metcalf was in the area, got under pressure about making a catch. Didn't want to look uncool, and dropped that. So now it's 2nd and 10. Rodgers, 2nd and 10 in the pocket, gives players time, fires that one up. He's going to hit Johnson across the field for a big play coming out of the backfield. It looks like the defenders are trying to pass him off to each other, but not. I mean, in the end, nobody took responsibility for him, and he was wide open all by his lonesome. Now, a Bengal does drop to the ground, which is going to be an automatic timeout, and that does stop the clock at least for us. So that's going to give us a little bit more time. Freiermuth now goes in motion across the formation twice. Has the snap by Rodgers in the pocket. Looking for Freiermuth as that one falls incomplete as Rodgers was clobbered as he was throwing it. So minute 46, 2nd and 10. This offense has been struggling all game, and even last game too. The last couple games there have been some struggles. Rodgers fires that one over to the right side, has Freiermuth lowering his shoulder, who gets blasted. Freiermuth gets them down about the 4-yard line, and that's going to be 1st and goal. So a minute 30 remaining. The clock is ticking. Rodgers is changing things up. Under center. Rodgers has a snap in hand. Pressure comes, fires it over the middle, and that's going to be intercepted. And that'll do it, ladies and gentlemen. Aziz Ojulari is the one who seals this game up. We lose our second game in a row. That's rough. That is real rough. Second game in a row, both to division opponents. We're going to have to find a way to bounce back and get our offense functioning again because it really isn't right now. We got some gaps on the offense. The defense, I'm fine with. If our offense played better, I think we'd see completely better results on both sides of the ball. So, offense has got to step it up moving forward. I don't know. We'll figure out what we did. Try to get better. We will. Plus, I know it's 2 division games, but it is still just 2 games in the grand scheme of things. We're 3-3, 500 on the year, and it could be worse. Let's just say that. So, while we get ready to try to fix this situation we got going on in the Steel City, I want to remind y'all to hit the subscribe button if you have not hit it already. And if you did enjoy today's episode, give us a thumbs up. It does really help out the channel, and I greatly appreciate everything y'all do for us here at Champ & Sons Gaming immensely. Let's check out some of this recap. And weekly recap. It is going to be starting. Yeah, while we're watching us lose again, I do just want to also say hit that bell icon to be notified of all the uploads here. We do have college football. We got this franchise. We have a road to glory that we're going to be finishing up in college and moving on to the superstar mode here in the NFL, the halfback. Sebastian Samixon, check out his path so far that he's taken in college, and to see where he's at, and it'll give you an idea what kind of future he's got ahead of him. The Seahawks are 5-2. They beat the Texans. That's impressive. Okay. Seahawks beat the Texans, Falcons, and the 49ers. Let's see. Brock Purdy in the pocket, delivering one right over the middle, looking for Pearsall. And that is going to be a big game. But Purdy and the 49ers take out the Falcons 24-21 at home. They are 49ers are 6-1, Falcons 3-3. So a lot of interesting stuff happening this season, but a lot of football left to see how the rest of the season shapes out. So stick with us on that, guys, and I will see y'all in the next episode. So as always, everybody, stay safe, and well, you know how it goes from here, right? Later, y'all.